Be honest with yourself. You've got big dreams, huge ones. You imagine yourself successful, respected, free, living the life you always wanted. But then, reality hits. You spend hours scrolling on your phone. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. You feel like a race car with the engine running, but stuck in neutral. Sound familiar? If you've ever said to yourself, I know I could do more, I know I have potential, but for some reason, I just don't do it. Then this video is made for you, because here's the truth. You're not broken, you're not doomed, and you're definitely not lazy in the way you think you are. You're ambitious, but stuck. And today, we're going to break that cycle. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to turn your ambition into action and your dreams into reality. Let's start with the obvious question. Why do ambitious people struggle with laziness more than anyone else? Think about it. If you didn't care about your future, you wouldn't feel bad about wasting time. You would just coast. But ambitious people, they feel the weight of their potential every single day. It's like having two voices inside your head. One voice says, "You're meant for more. Go after your goals. You can be great." The other voice whispers, "Relax, just scroll a little, watch one more video, start tomorrow." And too often, the second voice wins. Why? Because ambition is exciting, but action is uncomfortable. Dreaming feels good, doing feels hard. But here's the key insight most people miss. Your laziness isn't a sign that you're weak, it's a signal that your brain is protecting you from discomfort, from failure, from change. In other words, laziness is not the enemy, it's simply a habit of avoiding short-term pain, even when it costs you long-term growth. And once you understand that, you can finally outsmart it. Let's break it down with the science. Your brain is wired to do one thing above all else: keep you safe. And safe to your brain means familiar. That's why scrolling TikTok for 2 hours feels easy. It's comfortable. But sitting down to write your business plan, that feels hard, uncertain, risky. Here's the kicker. Your brain values short-term comfort over long-term success. That's why so many ambitious people get trapped in procrastination loops. But the good news, there are proven ways to hack this system. Instead of fighting your brain, you learn to work with it. And once you do that, laziness stops controlling you. Now let's get practical. Here are 5 powerful frameworks that will help you break out of laziness and finally act on your ambition. 1. The 2-minute rule. Ever notice how the hardest part of anything is just starting? Going to the gym feels impossible until you actually put on your shoes. Writing feels overwhelming until you write the first sentence. The trick is simple. Commit to just 2 minutes. Tell yourself, I'll work for 2 minutes, then I can quit. 90% of the time, once you start, momentum takes over. Because laziness isn't really about doing the task, it's about avoiding the start. So start tiny and let the momentum carry you. 2. Identity over goals. Most ambitious people make the mistake of setting giant goals. I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to make $1 million. I want to write a book. But big goals often create big resistance. They feel impossible. So your brain says, why even try? Instead, focus on identity. Not, I want to lose 50 pounds, but I'm the type of person who works out daily. Not, I want to be a millionaire, but I'm the type of person who learns about money every day. When you shift to identity, every small action becomes proof of who you are, and laziness doesn't stand a chance against identity. 3. The environment. Heck, want to know the truth? Your willpower is overrated. If your environment is designed for distraction, you lose every time. Think about it. If your phone is right next to you, buzzing with notifications, how likely are you to stay focused? Almost zero. But if you put your phone in another room or use apps that block social media, suddenly laziness loses power. The environment shapes behavior more than motivation ever will. So ask yourself, is my environment built for growth or for comfort? The 80-20 ambition filter. Not all ambition is equal. Sometimes you feel lazy not because you lack drive, but because you're chasing the wrong goals. Ever notice how some things you can't stop doing, like gaming or watching YouTube, but others feel impossible to start? That's not laziness, that's feedback. Your brain is telling you what excites you. The trick is to find the 20% of goals that light you up and go all in, because when ambition aligns with genuine passion, laziness fades. The public promise. Here's a harsh truth. Most people are lazy in private but disciplined in public. Why? Because accountability is powerful. If you keep your goals locked in your head, there's no cost to quitting. But if you tell your friends, your family, or even post online about what you're working toward, now there's pressure. That pressure pushes you to act. So make your ambition public, tell people what you're building, and use accountability to crush laziness. Now here's the part no one tells you. Being ambitious but lazy can actually be an advantage. Think about it. Lazy people are natural efficiency experts. They don't like wasting energy, so they look for shortcuts. Combine that with ambition, you get someone who wants big results and is constantly looking for smarter, faster ways to achieve them. Some of the most successful people in history were lazy in the traditional sense. They hated hard, pointless work, so they invented systems, tools, and strategies to make life easier. So don't beat yourself up. Your laziness isn't a flaw, it's raw material. You just need to shape it. So, if you're ambitious but lazy, here's your new playbook. Start small with the 2-minute rule. Build your identity, not just goals. Design your environment for focus. Filter your ambition with passion. Make your goals public for accountability. Do this and laziness won't disappear overnight, but it will lose control over you. Let me leave you with this. The gap between ambition and achievement is not talent, it's not luck, it's action. You don't need to stop being lazy forever, you just need to win the next 2 minutes, and then the next, and then the next. Because success doesn't come from giant leaps, it comes from small steps, repeated until they become unstoppable momentum. So stop waiting for motivation, stop waiting for the perfect moment. Take the smallest possible action right now. And one day soon, you'll look back and realize the ambitious but lazy version of you was just the first chapter. The real story began when you stopped dreaming and started moving. If this video spoke to you, don't just click away. Write one action you'll take today in the comments below, because the second you make it public, laziness loses. And remember this, you're not lazy, you're ambitious. And that ambition is proof that you're meant for more. Now go make it real.